You'll find one on just about every farm in New Zealand. The four-wheeler gets the farmer and everything he needs from A to B as efficiently as he could hope for. Safety is always an issue, and a new University of Otago study has shown the route from A to B could be a deciding factor in many quad bike accidents. Dr. Stephen Milosavljevic is a physiotherapy lecturer. He was measuring the spinal vibration of a group of farmers when riding quad bikes when he stumbled upon a remarkable fact.
One of the analyses we did was to look at the two different groups, the farmers who had previously come off their quad bike and the farmers who hadn't, and were there any differences in riding behaviour from the accelerometer.
Most of the results were pretty much what Stephen was expecting.
We found a lot of information that there was no difference basically between the two groups of farmers, and you wouldn't expect a great deal of difference except for one result.
30 farmers took part in Stephen's first study. It found that those with a history of accidents tended to drive up a left-leaning slope uphill, bringing the right handlebar with the throttle on it in towards the body and potentially restricting the control they had over it. If you can't picture it in your head, here's a demonstration from Stu Hallam, one of the farmers who took part in the study. When driving on a left-leaning slope, that's a slope that runs downhill from right to left, drivers with a clean safety record took the shortest route to their destination. Those without would veer up the slope, bringing their right throttle-bearing hand in close to their body, where it's harder to manoeuvre. At least that's the theory.
All we can say is it's a riding behaviour that we observed in farmers who have had a history of coming off their quad bike.
Cynics might say Stephen Milosavljevic should be tabling his research at the University of the Bleeding Obvious, but he's hoping hard facts might prompt some change.
For the first time, we're putting numbers to it. We're finding statistical significance, for the want of a better way of describing it.
Stu Hallam was one of the original 30 participants in the study, but he doesn't need numbers to hammer home the need for farm safety.
I'm pretty safety conscious myself. I've only ever had one accident. Yes, I am very safety conscious, I suppose, because my father was killed here on a tractor, so that would be why.
Stephen's seen more evidence of recklessness than he'd like. In a more recent study looking at 130 quad bike users, one participant confessed to 20 separate accidents, and plenty were in the 4 to 10 bracket.
You perhaps could forgive a person coming off a quad bike once, maybe twice, but 4 to 10 times, 20 times? That tends to strongly argue for a behavioural issue there, that some decisions are being made poorly by some people.
But the accident rate isn't just down to driver error.
These things do a lot of good. I mean, they've taken the place of a worker on the farm. The problem is they aren't really designed for farming. They're designed for a recreational market.
But Stu Hallam's got an even simpler explanation.
I think a lot of speed has a lot to do with it at times too. There are quite a lot of idiots out there.
Idiots giving the rest of farmers a bad name. Michael Wright, Country 99 TV News.